when you start to actually out-create everything that you have created in your reality, what you are then looking at, you're not looking back and rotting forward, right? You have no back. You have no back door. You have no exit door. It's all closed. Every day is each moment is a new moment. And every moment you ask yourself and you say, okay, so what can I create now? Okay, so what can I choose now? I can create something magical for me. And that magical thing could be used drawing your curtain in the morning and having a little parrot sit on your windowsill. Or, just getting out of your bedroom and just having a smiling staff serving you bed tea. Those are the things that we take for granted, right? That's supposed to be there. What else? Show me what else. I didn't get the money I was supposed to get. I wasn't invited to the XYZ party I was supposed to be invited to. That happens. From even receiving. And we decided and concluded where our magic can come from. And if it doesn't come from there, we've decided, see, that's not magic. That's not happening, guys. Nothing showed up for me. The parrot came, but so what? The parrot could go to anybody's house. Yeah, my staff gave me a cup of tea in the morning with a smiling face. So what? You see what you just resisted receiving from this beautiful, kind, benevolent universe, which is always there telling you, hey, ask and I shall give to you. How many of us don't even ask and when we ask with a conclusion. We've decided how we want to receive it. We've decided, okay, I'm asking, but this is what I want. And if I don't get it that way, it's not good enough. Everywhere that you have concluded and everywhere that you have already decided how the magic should show up in your life. Can you all please just join and create it all? Right and wrong, bad, hot and pop, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So I'd love some questions from all of you beautiful beings here, and I'd love some more input from Adi sir.
Yeah, I really don't know if I can add anything to what you're saying. We also have the point of view that if I had to really have fun and enjoy life, I need to be with my friends or family or some people I love to be with. And if I'm all by myself, my life can't be joyful or an enjoyment.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel that irrespective of where you are, with whom you are, what you're doing, you don't need anything. Today, people are saying that, oh, Delhi's it's 48 degrees and all. And I walked out of the house and walked to the car and we started a car. I said, wow, what fabulous weather is this? I didn't feel it. It was just a temperature. So moment, oh, it's so hot today, then yeah, it becomes hot for you. But what a fabulous temperature it was. So lovely.
Yeah.
It's just the way you look at it changes everything. My point.
Absolutely. And rightly they say, right, in Access, we always say that your points of views create your reality, not the other way around. So what if your point of view of actually this weather being 47 degrees is actually fun, could actually have fun show up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how much of our fun have we cut off from our life and our living by deciding and concluding what the temperature is to have fun? And everything that is, can we all destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds.
Yeah, the fun of having a warm temperature is that we can all take off our clothes, yeah?
And we can have a pool party, right? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So also, you know, I wrote few little things out which I really would love to share with you guys. So one of them is, we've been asked in Access that we've been shown the magic of asking questions in Access, and we've been shown that when we ask questions, how much shows up, and when we conclude, hey Neeta, you reached there. Hey, I sent you a message, you didn't get it. Probably too late. I love you. Thank you for being there. I love you, babe. So yeah, I see you having a nice party there. I miss you guys. Yeah. So, when you start to, we were talking about the magic of asking questions, right? So we are told that you must ask questions, and that's what will actually create more for you. Yeah. How often do we ask questions to get rid of what we've already decided we don't want? So we are actually asking questions by deciding that I don't want this, so what question can I ask here? That's somewhere that you're coming from, again, with a fixed point of view that particular thing is not going to work for you. What if that particular thing which you've looked at as a difficulty is actually the possibility, is actually what will create greater for all of you? What if that is what is going to create the magic that you have been asking for? But you're so hell-bent on asking to change just that. What if instead of asking to change what you've decided is not a celebration and is not going to contribute to your life, what if you could actually ask, just what could create greater in my life? And what would that celebration look like? Hey, I wonder, universe. I wonder. And by leaving it as that open-ended question and that wonder, what can actually show up is the universe showing you something that you never even thought was possible because it didn't exist in your reality. So I would really like you all to, when you ask questions, because this is something that I noticed I was doing with myself. I would ask questions to change what I had decided was not right. And then I would tell myself that, no, Chandana, ask open-ended questions. Where is the open-ended question? Yeah, I could be asking a question. But I had already decided that it was not right and it had to be changed. So what if everywhere you've already decided whatever has to change for you to actually truly celebrate your life and living? What would it take for you to destroy and uncreate all those fixed points of view? And everything that doesn't allow that, you all please destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, cut and pop, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Yes, any questions, my dear friends, on your bodies, on your money, on relationships, on anything at all? On anything that could be a celebration for you? Okay, so how often have we identified celebration as spending money? How often have we decided that when I spend money on X, Y, Z, that's when I'm celebrating? Everywhere that you have misidentified and misapplied as celebration, as spending of money, you all please destroy and uncreate all of that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyond. So in this reality that we are living in this beautiful universe that we're living in, which is actually all the time, what does birthday on no birthday, anniversary on no anniversary, is just there with this gift standing saying, hey, do you want this? And we don't even look at it and we say, oh my God, I'm looking for that. Where did that go? Where did that go? And in the bargain of looking for that one thing, you just refuse those 1,000 gifts that the universe is wrapped up beautifully with its ribbons and waiting to gift you. Because you're not willing to receive that As you already decided what you want to receive. So everything that is, can you all please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Yeah, so how much of our money flows, inflows and outflows do we identify with celebration? What if an inflow and an outflow was just a flow, like oxygen? And what if that, when you're breathing in and breathing out, what if that is your breathing in of money and breathing out of money, and breathing in of celebration and breathing out of celebration? What if you didn't have to hold on to celebration? What if you didn't have to wait for that celebration, guys? What could you choose and who could you be every moment of your life? And everything that doesn't allow all of that to show up, it totally, and at the speed of space. Can you all please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, button pop, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So let's talk a little more about holding on. What does holding on mean to all of you? You know, when you, anybody would like to share? When you're holding on to relationships, when you're holding on to your money, when you're holding on to your family, when you're holding on to a celebration, what is it that you are truly holding on to? The only thing that you're truly holding on to is control. Yeah, Neeta, control. Yeah, baby. Yeah, honey. Control, absolutely. That's what we are holding on to. And we so fear being out of control. We so fear giving up that control. Because the moment we give that up, we feel somebody else will get control of us. And in the bargain of actually holding on is actually when we are, we're trying to hold on to sand in between our hands, hold on to water in between our hands, between our palms, and we are holding on and squeezing it tighter and tighter and tighter, and it just goes through your hands. And it's all just gone. Has there been any creation? Has there been any out creation of that celebration, which you decided that you had to hold on to? It just slipped out of your hands. Instead, if you had your hands open and said, oh wow, I'd love for more celebration, I'd love for more to show up, how much more could you hold in those hands? Right? And the only way to actually be that is to just let go and just give up all that control that we have. Control that we have on our lives, control that we have on people around us. Even control of what celebration should look like. So how is a celebration truly a celebration if you are controlling it? And everything that doesn't allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, can you all please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyond. So many of us fear giving up control because somewhere, not somewhere, I think probably everywhere, we've decided that is the only way to create. By being in control of our business, by being in control of our body, by being in control of what we eat, by being in control of our relationships. And that's just what destroys it all. So what if today was the day? What if your birthday? You don't have to wait for your birthday, guys, to make a different choice. What if today, this moment, you could choose that one thing of just letting go and giving up? Just giving up all that control and just letting go of yourselves and allowing yourself to have the fun, whichever way it may show up, however it may show up. without putting it into any any box, or without having a limitation, or without having a ceiling to it all. And everything that doesn't allow all of that, can you all please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Yeah, so let's talk a little more, girls and guys. Let's have your questions coming in. What does a birthday mean to you? What does celebration mean to you, in fact? Anybody wanting to share?
Having a party.
Having a party. Yeah, so true. I know that. I was there too one day. Not very long back, Neeta. You know that. Yeah. Yeah. So that's so many of us actually consider a celebration as just having a party. Yeah, what if you could have a party and also have a lot more? What if you could have a party, have the wine flowing, have your alcohol flowing, have your fabulous cuisine on the table, all those wonderful dishes, and have some fabulous friends and wonderful music and dancing? And what if that never stopped? What if you didn't have a deadline to your party? What if you didn't have to say bye? You didn't have to say goodnight. What if it just carried on and on? What if life could be that? What if you could create money and create the body that you so desire? What if you could create the joy that you desire by being that, by living that party every moment of your life? And everything that doesn't allow all of that to show up, can we all please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So yeah, so having discussed that, let's go on to the very, very interesting concept of age. Now that I think we're a little over the birthday celebration, and we've kind of POD and POC'd some stuff around that. Let's talk about age. Yeah. So what age I wonder actually who that person was who decided that 16 had to be sweet, that 18 you were an adult, and at 21 you could get married, at 25 you could start drinking, at 30 you were almost old, at 40 you were old and you needed specs, at 50 you would have knee pains, and at 60, well, you were almost on the wrong side of the hill. At 70, you were walking down. At 80, you were still walking down, with probably some sticks and with probably cataract surgeries. Who the hell decided that, guys? And where did we buy those points of views? What if all of that was just bullshit? What if all of that was just one person's reality, which we all made our reality? So can we all please destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. What if age is just a number? What if age is just a number? What age would you be? Yeah, none of us really, even now, none of us really want to say we'd be older than what we are, right? We still want to go back and say, I'd be 16, I'd be 25, I'd be 30. Where did we decide that that was the age that you could actually have fun? What if being 50 or being 60 or being 10 years older than what you are today would actually create more fun for you in your life? Are you willing to be that? And everything that doesn't allow that, can you all destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So every time that we've decided that our 40th year was the best, or our 30th year, or whatever year was the best. We've just capped it. We've just made it a beyond for ourselves. And we all know, right? Once you make a beyond, there's nothing else that can be greater than that. Everything else has to be less than that. So whatever age that you decided was your beyond, can you all please destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, hot and hot, online shots, boys and beyonds. So actually, I would love you all to have a little home play for today and just write down what you decided you'd have to do at your next birthday or at this birthday, this year. And look at it. Look at it. And I mean, it could be something really random, right? I mean, if you're turning 40, it could be, oh, I'll probably get glasses. If it's 50, it would probably be, I think I'd probably start getting a backache if you don't already have one. So whatever it is, right? Whatever random thing it is, or I'll start putting on weight, or I'm going to menopause, I'm going to have a hysterectomy, or whatever crap that is, okay? Whatever you bought is your reality. Just write those little things down. There could be 2 things, there could be 20 things. It doesn't really matter. And then look at each one of them and ask, is this even mine? Is this point of view even mine? And who does it belong to? And if it's not yours, please return it to sender. And most of the times, as we know, these points of views are not ours. We have bought them from this reality. So just return them all to sender with consciousness attached. And what if you could start to create your reality, which is the reality in access consciousness, which is just a beautiful concept. I mean, I could just go on and on and on and on about the reality and this reality, because for me, that was something which it just took me from this to literally that. It was like, oh, wow, is that even possible? You know what? It really is. And it's like this reality is the reality which is based on all the points of views of people around you. Okay? People, your family, your friends, your society, television, news, newspapers, your Mali, your staff people, whoever, whatever bloody crazy point of view you buy. That is this reality. And the reality is your reality. It's a reality that you choose to create. What if in all this craziness, what if in all this madness of this reality, you could choose to create a reality that's expansive, that's joyous, that creates ease, and that creates oneness with everybody? How much of a celebration could that be? And everything that doesn't allow you to see that, to know that, be that, perceive that, and receive that in totality. Can you all please destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, online shots, boys and beyonds. So age is just a number. Age is just a number. I keep repeating that because that is one point of view that we want to believe. We love putting it as our DP. We love putting it on Facebook. We love putting it everywhere. We love saying it to people. But hell, we don't believe it. We don't know it. We don't choose it. What if today we could step out of just doing that and actually being that? Of actually being that space of, hey, age is just a number. So what if I'm 60, I can become a mother? Random though it may sound. So what if I'm 75? I can go paragliding. You know, when you start projecting on your body that your body is weak and your body is getting old, and now at the age of 60 this should happen, at the age of 70 this should happen, what starts to show up is exactly that in your body. So when you start to tell yourself that, you know, my mother, this happened to my mom at this age, it happened to my buas at this age, it happened to my masis at this age, so it's going to happen to me too. What you are you are actually ordering your body. You're actually ordering your body into that, into becoming exactly that. And then, much as you may resist it, you may hate your mother's ass or your Masi's ass, but because you've been resisting it, that's exactly what you choose to create in your body. And then you sit back and say, but you know, these are the genes. What if today you could defy all those genes and say, you know what, guys, I am me, and I choose to be who I choose to be. I choose to create the body that I choose to create. So everywhere that you have been creating a body based on your projections of what your body should look like and should show up as, based on people around you, can you all please destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, hot and POC, all 9 shots, boys and beyond. So when you start to operate and you start to order your body into becoming something, into looking like something, into becoming something, you start to judge your body as not being that. And when you start to judge, we all know what starts to set in is zero gratitude for the body. And the body starts to decay in different forms, in different ways. It creates a disease, it creates maybe this huge belly or this huge ass or something that makes you angry, and you'll end up judging it even more. And as you judge it even more, you start to instill more order into your body, into your space, into your reality. There's nothing but order. That's all judgment. So instead of instilling that judgment into your body, what if you could look at it and say, hey, I wonder how much chaos I could instill into the order of my body that could have magic show up. What could show up then, guys? And everything that doesn't allow that, can you all please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, hot and POC, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. You know, chaos is a word that very often is looked on as a word, as something that is confusion, is chaotic, is something that destroys. But actually, chaos is that space of creation. Chaos is that space of where you are asking questions constantly, without looking for any answer. You're ready to go with the awareness that shows up, and you're ready to create with that awareness. So what if actually all of you could just today ask, in fact, ask your body, okay, I'm willing to instill the chaos in the order of my body. That could change whatever is not working for you. Whether it's a backache, whether it's a headache, whether it's a knee pain, whatever you've decided is permanent and cannot be changed, and you have to go to a doctor or else it's never going to get okay. What if that's the order that you've locked into your body? That's with the judgments that you put on your body. What if that just needs one molecule to shift? Just that one molecule. And that molecule can shift the minute you instill chaos into it. And how do you instill the chaos? It's just by asking a question. So very often people say, but what question should I ask? I don't understand. When you don't understand, just ask, what question can I ask here that can change all of this? I love playing with that question, because then the awareness that shows up is just so random. I don't know where it comes from, guys. It comes from this space of actually asking the universe a question. Or better still, what question can I be here? When you start to be the question, is when you start to change things in your life, in your reality, which you have decided can never change. So everything that doesn't allow all of that to show up, can you all please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, hot and POC, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So Adi sir, I'd love you to come in. on age, please, and share your points of views.
Yeah, so I think age is a good subject I can talk on. Uh, yes, uh, like you said, it is not necessary that you have to be at any particular age to really enjoy life and have fun. I don't think I've ever had as much fun as I've been having since the past 5, 6 years of my life than I ever had before in my life. My life is so joyful, so full of fun and adventure. How does it get any better than that? So, aging, like you mentioned earlier, is just a figure. It's just age is just a figure, and it's what your point of view about age is what creates what happens to you in your life. And I have seen that age has no relevance at all to how you can live your life.
Yeah.
No relevance at all. How old can you grow up to be? 100, 200, 500, 1,000 years? Yeah, why not? For as long as you want to live.
Absolutely. And it's just so impossible in people's mind, right? Can a person
Yeah,
actually live to 200? I mean, it's so impossible.
100, I think is too short a lifespan. You can live up to 5, 600 with ease without your body deteriorating or anything going wrong with you. You see, we have this belief in us that as we grow old, and we see if you ask someone, how old would you like to be before you die? Well, I think 50, 60 is good enough because after that, you see most people, they've got pains and life's not very comfortable. But that's just reality.
Yeah.
You can create your own reality where your body doesn't age, it doesn't deteriorate, it doesn't decay. It just gets younger and younger and stronger as you keep going. So 500 years, 1,000 years, how does it matter? The only thing is that all your relatives and friends would go. Ah,
Yeah, and you'll have very young friends though. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole thing that I agree with you totally that age is just a number. It's got no bearing at all with what you are capable or able to do. Nothing at all. It's all the points of views we buy in to that creates decay in our body. And if you're just living a life full of joy, having fun, you can have fun at any time, at any age.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it gets a little weird when the children say, "Be careful! There's a bump here." I know there's a bump there. I know it doesn't. But they like to take care of you. I said, "Okay, let them take care of me, but I'm having fun anyway."
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. How true.
you.
Yeah. In fact, we start to allow others to take care of us, and in the name of love. And it's so easy to actually start taking care of others by just saying, hey, walk carefully, hey, sit down here, don't do that, don't do this. And then we look at it, and then we feel job done. We've shown them we love them because we care for them. We've shown them that we love them. So what if we could actually step out of all of that and actually look at the next person as an infinite being, just the way you are, whatever age you are, whether that person is 5, whether that person is 30, whether that person is 90. What if you could look at everybody as them being an infinite being and say, okay, interesting, that they, being an infinite being, would they choose something that would not have them creating greater for themselves? Why would they choose something that would create unease and disease in their body? So interestingly enough, it's like, in Access, when RD sir was teaching me the first bars class, and he said something very interesting, and it stayed with me. That was that the being makes a choice to come into this world, and the being makes a choice to leave it too. So what if every birthday you could look at yourself and say, hey, good choice, being. You chose a beautiful body. You chose a beautiful life. You chose beautiful people to be there with you. How fabulous could that be? Instead of looking at death as something that's haunting you, or something that has to come to you at a certain age that you've decided it has to come to you. What if you could just look at it as a choice and say, you know what, I have a choice and I will choose when I choose to leave. And what if even that day was your birthday? A birthday of where you could choose something still greater for yourselves. How many of us actually want to look at death and want to look at a birthday? Why are both considered? When a child is born, the mother goes through pain and the child comes out crying. And when the being leaves, there's so much of ease in that body. And everybody around them is crying. Why? Because it's a choice that the being made. He made a choice to move on. You can make a choice and celebrate your birthday, guys. Why fear anything else? And what better way of, bringing this all together than celebration of your living? Celebrate your living. Living is from day one to day whatever. Right?
Yeah, if I just add one small point here, is that very often our fear of death doesn't allow us to come close to the capacities we actually have to live our lives to our fullest. Wow. So we don't do so many things in our life because we are afraid that by doing that we may risk ourselves and die in the process. If you have no fear of death, if the fear of death is not there, then the amount of joyfulness and enjoyment and the things you could do in life would pretty well surprise you. That's the only thing I wanted to make. Get rid of the fear of death.
Wow, that's actually so beautiful. Yes.
Then you can...
Your voice is cutting. And also, it's like, even with children, if you see, we don't allow them to have fun because we've decided that's the age they cannot do something. When you're older, you can do it. We've decided for them. We projected that on them. So what have we just told them? That, you know what? You can't do it. And most of them grow up with that feeling of, I'm not good enough. And then one person comes in with who's totally ready and willing to live his reality. And he goes and does exactly what that little boy was told by his mom or his dad, that he couldn't do it because he wasn't at that age. And he does this something random, and he's eventually in the newspaper and in the news as somebody who's created something so different. And that little child says, hey, I knew I could do it too. That's the way you actually stopped yourself, and you actually allowed age to control you. So what if today you would look at your age and say, thank you for being with me for so many years, thank you for being there for me for so long, but what if I can just choose my own reality here? And what if I can just start to be who I choose to be? And what would you choose then, guys? And why are you waiting for tomorrow? What if it's this moment that you can choose it? And everything that doesn't allow all of that to show up, can you all please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, online shots, boys and beyonds. Yeah, so let's just go conquer the world and just create that life and that living that you choose to be. Nothing being able to stop you. With nobody, not even you, being able to stop you. So one little home play more that I'd love to share with you here. Look at all those back doors that you have to your life and to your living. You're creating a celebration of your life. Is it your family? Is it your health? Is it money? How many back doors do you have open that don't allow you to move forward? What if you could look at all those back doors and shut them today for eternity and say, I've locked you and I'm not going to open this door again. It's a choice. It's a choice that I am making. Close that back door. All those back doors of yours which you have left open since so many years, hoping that it will take you to some place. Can you all please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Yeah, so when your back doors are open, those are your exit doors. So you exit from your reality into this reality. You actually quit on yourself. When you exit from a back door which you left open, you are actually quitting on you. You're actually giving up. And you're making something else the reason for you not creating. You're choosing to become a victim. Yet again. So all those back doors which you have left open, which has you choosing to be a victim, lifetime after lifetime, can you all please today close all those back doors, never to open them for eternity? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So guys, any questions, anything coming up for anybody? So Adi sir, we have another 10 minutes. So can we talk anything else about age? I thought you guys would have a lot of questions on age. What happened?
We've been in access for a while.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I think they know all the answers. They have all the answers.
Yes. The only thing I'd like to mention is that when you mentioned closing all your back doors, so we leave these back doors open because we are not confident of ourselves and our abilities and our capacities to achieve whatever we want to do. And this is sort of an escape route we keep open, that in case things are not working out, it's like a parachute I can take and jump off the plane,
Right.
And if you have no parachutes, then you fly the plane the way it is, and you take it where it has to go, and you enjoy the process, even if it has to go and crash.
Yeah, and even if you don't know how to fly, right? You enjoy just playing with the buttons and saying, okay, I'll play with this and I'll do that. Maybe we'll take off. Yeah.
Yes. So that's very important. You need to be committed to your life. And that doesn't mean that you have to be committed to every small thing in your life, but you're supposed to be committed to your life.
Yes.
And not to other people's life, not to what other people want you to do, but what works for you. You're going to be committed to your life. And once you're committed to your life and you close all your doors, you have no other way of living but your life. And live it the way you'd love to live it.
Yes.
And have joy. Have fun. Don't ever do anything that is not fun for you. Ever, ever, ever.
Yeah. Being committed to yourself is such a huge topic, right? I mean, it's like when I sometimes ask myself, okay, 2.5, 3 years back, whatever, 2.5 years back, when I got into Access, how committed was I to my life and my living? I would not even say a 10%. I always had reasons why things weren't working for me. And guess what, guys? That reason was never me. It was always something outside of me. I was always making something bigger than me. I was always giving the control once again to somebody else. And that was because I wasn't committed to me. And the moment I made a conscious effort, that every day I am going to up my commitment to me. Even if it's just by 1%, if I was 10% yesterday, today it will be 11%. Even if it's slow, It's going to increase. And yes, I wouldn't say it's really been a smooth ride. There are moments when I do slip. But when I slip, I bounce back faster than I did before. Before, when I slipped, I would probably bounce back after 6 months, if I was lucky. And now, now I probably slip back. I like bounce back in probably a few hours. So that is a commitment to you. That, hey, I'm not going to allow anyone to stop me. If that's me that's stopping me, I better get out of my own way. I better stop stopping me. And I actually have that conversation myself, and I tell myself that whatever I'm doing now that's not working for me, that's out of the window now. I put in pocket and I say, bye-bye, thank you for being there in my life. So what if we guys, all of us today, what if we could just up our commitment to ourselves today? Even by that 1% every day.
I have a question, Chandana.
Yes! Yay! Who's that?
Daisy.
Daisy. Hi, sweetheart. A real
Hi,
human.
Chandana.
We have 5 minutes to go. Yeah.
I know. And I'm wondering if I will be able to really articulate my question in those 5 years. But I'll take cue from what you said about being committed to yourself.
Yes.
And you know what you describe of yourself as about 4, 5, 6, whatever years ago you were in Access, where you say that you were not committed to yourself. I think I'm standing at the same juncture today in life. Whether with Access or without Access, I know I've been doing Access for 2 years now. But that commitment to self is something that I would like to understand a little more. And like you say that, you know, most of the times we are not committed to ourselves, ending up blaming others for why I'm not committed to myself, or I'm not getting the chance or the opportunity to commit to myself. So I think I'm caught in that rut, and I would love to get an insight on that.
Sure.
How to be more committed to myself, and what does it mean? I mean, of course, what does it mean to be more committed to yourself? Like even now, RD said, do what you have, do what you like, do what you find fun, do what you enjoy. Now, what if you are caught up in the mundane of life in a manner where it is just not possible to be yourself, let alone do what you like and have fun with it?
Right. So I would love to share my point of view, and I'd love RD sir to also come in with his. My point of view about being committed to you is when you make a choice to create something in your life, you actually tell yourself, you know what? I am going to choose this. I am going to create it. Whatever that may show up as, whatever that may take from me, I'm going to choose it. And then you start to ask questions. You start using the tools. You start using the questions. You start asking questions every moment of your life. You start to ask questions that bring you out of that judgment, and you allow it to show up whichever way it has to show up, knowing that it's going to be for your greatest, knowing that the universe has your back, that you will have your back, come what may. When you have that commitment to you, when your back doors are shut, when you are asking questions, there's nothing but greater possibilities that can show up. That is true commitment for me. I would love RD sir to come in too and share his points of view.
Yeah, what you said is the thing. But you know, when I mentioned that you do things which are fun for you, and you don't do things which are not fun for you, what I was trying to say is that it doesn't mean that you don't do things which are your responsibility. Like, for example, if you're a mother and it's not fun for you to take care of your children, it doesn't mean that you don't take care of your children. You are a mother, you've got children. How can it be fun for you to take care of your children? So where you have things that you require to do, and there is no one else who can do it for you, how can you make it fun rather than saying, oh, I have to do it, it's such a chore and I don't want to do it, oh, you keep cribbing about it. That's not what I meant. What I really meant is that you do what's fun for you, And what is not fun for you, if you can't get someone else to do it and you have to do it, how can you make it fun for you still? So that you enjoy doing whatever you're doing. And you have fun while doing it. And we
Okay.
all have things which at times we don't enjoy doing, but can you instill some fun in it? Can you make it joyful? If you're looking after an aged mother or someone at home and you take it as a burden on you, look at the time, the mind frame from which you're working. And if you say, wow, I got to take care of my mom took care of me when I was a child and all these years, and she spent so much of her life just taking care of me, sacrificed so much. And now here I have the beautiful opportunity to take care of my mom. And how can I do it joyfully? And how can I make me happy and her happy? The whole thing transforms into something. But if your back door is open, you'll run away from there and put her in an old age or something. Whatever, I don't know. You can still put her in an old age, but go and visit her more, look after her, take care of her, make it joyful. The point is that you have a choice of making your life joyful in whatever situation you are.
Yeah.
That's
True.
what I would say. Yep.
Yeah. And also another thing what I also often get with myself, speak from ouch, who is that now? Let me see. Okay. So also what comes in a lot for me here, what did I want to share? Oh dear, forgot. Okay. So talking about, well, sorry, forgotten. I have quite a scatterbrain memory, as you can see that. So yeah, it was something about
Committing to yourself.
yes, committing to yourself, and it was more in the terms of when you are looking at when you're looking at choosing something and creating something. Yeah, how much are we still holding on and holding ourselves back with the fear of losing something? So, a question that some time back I asked somebody, and I asked Dane, and Dane asked me this question: are you willing to lose it all? And for me, that brings up, even today, that brings up a lot of fear, that brings up a lot of anxiety. Because when somebody asks me, are you willing to give it all, to lose it all? For me, it means, are you choosing to lose it all? Right? I mean, if the question is, are you willing to lose it all? But I hear it as, are you choosing to lose it all? So if you are just willing to lose it all, but you may not choose to lose it all, how much more could you be committed to you? So what we do is we have decided that I am committed to me, but if my children are with me, my husband is with me, my friends are with me, my mother's with me, my father's with me, my brother's with me, his wife is with me, his children are with me, my sister's with me, her husband's with me. So it's like XYZ, my country's with me, my colony's with me, my city's with me. Stop and ask yourselves, am I willing to lose it all, to have it all? When you're willing to lose it all is when you can actually choose what you wish to create. And you don't have to lose what you don't want to lose then. Do you get that? It's just a choice. Do you get that, Daisy?
If losing it all is impacting other people who are, I'm still confused. Honestly, Chandana, this is not like an enlightenment happening right now. It's like a lot of questions in my head with every.
Your voice is cutting. I think we lost you, Daisy. Can you hear Daisy? Can anybody hear
Okay,
Daisy?
I can hear you, Chandana.
Yeah, now I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I said is that, to lose it all concept is something that I'm grappling with yet, because when who's in it losing it all. So am I really is it okay to make others lose with me because they are so totally dependent on me right now? Um, I don't know. I'm confused.
Is there a question in that, or is it a conclusion? Haven't you concluded that when you lose something, the others are going to lose it too? Is that a
Well,
question?
it seems like it for now.
Isn't it a judgment? Isn't it a conclusion that you've already decided that they're going to lose it all too? And what have you decided losing it all is? What have you decided? Is it losing your husband? Is it losing your children? Is it losing your money? Is it losing your business? What have you already decided that losing it all is? That it isn't. And everything that is. Can you just
Okay.
repeat it all, please? Yes?
Yes, please.
Right and wrong, good and bad, hot and
Yes,
cold,
please.
9 shots, boys and neons.
I'm good in that part. Nine shots, I think.
So often we've decided that when somebody asks, like I was in that space too, when Dane asked me, are you willing to lose it all? And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to lose my husband. I don't want to lose my kids. I don't want to lose my family. I love them way too much. And he laughed and he said, it's a choice. You don't have to lose. That's not it all. That's just that little minuscule. By losing it all, we are talking about losing all your limitations. By losing all the blockages that are not allowing you to create, that you've decided are not allowing you to create. Did you get that, Daisy?
Okay.
Yeah? And Adi sir, could you please put some light on this?
Yeah, I think you brought it up very beautifully. It is just what the words are you willing to lose it? But do you have to lose it? No. But just your willingness to lose it makes you see that everything that's significant in your life is no longer controlling you. Because normally what happens is we don't want to lose things which are significant to us. So everything that you make significant in your life will always control you. And if you have no significance about anything in your life, then nothing controls you. Then you are willing to lose everything. Do you have to lose everything? No. But just the willingness of you to lose everything means that besides your limitations, besides everything, even your family and all, if required, you're willing to lose them. Would that requirement come up? Mostly not. Maybe sometimes, but by and large not. I don't know, some of you must have noticed that as you got onto this path of awareness or whatever you're doing, you lost a lot of friends. Your friends are just shying away from you. So you have to be willing to be different. You have to be willing to let go of people who don't want to be with you anymore because you're not the same person anymore. If you want to keep all people with you and expect to change and for them to stay with you, you're asking for too much. So your willingness to lose everything means that as you change and evolve, not willing to be with you, let them go. That's what it means. And if you're willing to do it, fine. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
So true. That's really beautifully put. Thank you for that, Adi sir. It was like really, very. When you start to look at all of that, when you start to look at all of when you start to look at all of that area where your life is stopping you, and you stop and you say, where you are stopping your life from getting created. You stop and you ask yourself that, what am I holding on to? If I would just let it go, could change all of that. And it just might show up as something really, really small, which you never even realized you were holding on to. It could be a thought, it could be a feeling, it could be an emotion, It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It doesn't necessarily have to be a business. It could be just a thought that you're willing to give up, or a feeling that you're willing to give up, that could create so much greater for you. And thank
Or
you.
a point of view.
Yeah, right. Point of view, yes. I mean, how many points of views do we have, right, Arti sir? Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's amazing how many we carry from lifetime to lifetime into every lifetime. Yeah, so this was beautiful. I'm sorry, but we have to end with the call. It's 7:10 and we could carry on and on. But thank you for being on this call, my dear friends. A special thank you to Adi sir. And a special thank you to all of you for being here. Who are
Thank you.
Channa, thank you, Adi sir.
your life.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. We can all start.
Thank
We can all start to create a life of celebration from here. Every moment, where every moment is a celebration. Right? And I love you all. Thank you for being on. Lots of kisses and lots of hugs. Bye.
Bye.
And by the way, I'm Chandana Baba. I just realized I didn't introduce myself to you guys. Bye.
Bye.